Welcome back to MATCH B2B Insights, everyone. I'm Brenda, here as always with Daniel, Brian, and Benny. Today's topic is all about the new power players at the negotiation table, autonomous AI agents. Now, this isn't sci-fi anymore. We're actually seeing deals close faster because, for the first time, buyer and seller bots are haggling and optimizing on both sides. And honestly, it's leaving some of the humans in the dust.
And sometimes for good reason, Brenda. Last month we worked with an Israeli SaaS company where the buyer's procurement team didn't even jump on half the calls. Their procurement bot negotiated directly with our client's SDR-embedded AI. The result? The contract not only closed days faster than their usual quarter, but they also ironed out all the minute pricing details with zero drama. All human teams had to do was review. No back and forth emails, no meeting drag.
That's wild, Brian. Compared to, just 5 years ago, when you'd see decks exchanged back and forth and someone would inevitably forget to send over the latest version. Now we've got bots scrapping over penny pricing in real time, plus they never get tired, never miss anything. It's a pretty wild shift in momentum.
Indeed, Benny. What stands out for me is how these agents cut out so much of the inefficiency that plagues traditional negotiations. But, and I keep coming back to this, they're not just making things faster, they're changing the very logic of how deals are done. Less ego, more outcome-driven decisions. But it does bring new complexities, right? Right, so with AI agents plugged into CRM or analytics stacks, they can analyze risk, pricing, and contract terms instantly. Take something like Salesforce's Einstein GPT or Gong's conversational AI. These systems triage pricing objections and can even automatically redline agreements. You eliminate hours, days even, of lag that comes from manual review, and you get an audit trail for every single decision the AI makes.
Daniel, let me jump in with the story. I still remember this tech fair years ago. One small startup just stuck to their script. Buyer kept shifting, asking clever questions. The deal went cold. If they'd had an AI agent in the mix, that script would have been adaptive, tweaking answers live to real-time data and signals instead of forcing a one-size-fits-all response. It's like the era of improv negotiation is here, and the bots don't get nervous under pressure.
Yeah, and buyers on their end, these AI procurement bots, spot friction points you might miss. Maybe it's mismatched termination clauses or weird renewal language. The bots just flag these instantly, where a human might gloss over if they're tired or just ready for a deal to be done. The AI keeps its eye on every detail, every single time.
So we're not just seeing faster deals, we're seeing smarter structures too. But I guess that means we need to rethink what negotiation even looks like now, right?
Absolutely. AI brings a new set of risks. What if buyer and seller bots basically dig into a standoff, both trying to optimize so tightly they miss the forest for the trees? Or even worse, if the AI is working off broken priorities. I saw a US-based mid-market tech firm run into this. Their AI was set to close deals as quickly as possible, so it shaved prices, glossed over important qualification steps, and stalled the whole funnel when buyers wanted substance over speed. They automated a broken process, and all they got was garbage. Faster.
Classic. Automating the mess instead of fixing it first. This is why it matters how you set up your GTM playbook for bots. Not just how fast can I close, but does the process reflect real business pain? Is there real value exchanged? If you skip human oversight or keep chasing technical wins, you're going to hit that wall fast.
And new best practices are emerging, right? So we're looking at agent objectives being tied directly to business outcomes, not just technical completion. And you really need the human layer to sanity check all of this. Otherwise, the risk is pretty high you'll miss the actual buyer needs.
Exactly, Brenda. The playbook has to evolve. Align the AI's guardrails and escalation triggers with the pain your buyer actually cares about, not just surface-level stuff. And make sure humans are still steering when there's any ambiguity. So you got to have protocols. Who's allowed to step in if the AI negotiation drifts off track? We've seen real-time monitoring tools work best. That way, someone on the sales or legal team can literally hit pause, tweak parameters, or even pull the AI out if things are going sideways.
Yeah, and it's more than just the red button. You need trained teams who know which signals to watch for. If legal knows the AI's negotiation logic, and sales understands what the AI is optimizing for, that increases trust and willingness to let the bots run to a point.
And trust that's huge. People won't use what they don't understand. So training, transparency, and actual collaboration protocols are not just nice to have anymore. They're deal critical with this tech.
To do that, teams need to build analytics models that don't just look at the deal close, but the quality. Did the relationship actually stick? Did new terms spark upsell 6 months down the road? That data, once captured, can inform everything from sales playbooks to cross-departmental resource allocation.
And don't forget about learning. If the sales team sits down after the quarter, reviews not just what the humans closed, but what the AI did right or wrong, you get smarter algorithms and more trust from the team. That ongoing loop is everything.
Now this, I think, is getting even more urgent. You need real ethical guidelines. How the AI should behave in negotiation, what's out of bounds, what counts as fair. And you can't just set it and forget it. Regular audits of negotiation outcomes are critical to catch unfair bias or unintentional exploitation by the AI.
And teams have to actually understand these ethics, right? Not just, hey, the AI is smart. People using these tools need real training in ethics, plus setup points in the process to review for fairness and transparency. It can't just be compliance tick boxes at the end.
Right, and it's about building trust with customers and with your own team. If the AI's decisions aren't explainable, or if bias creeps in, that credibility gap gets bigger fast.
So how do we operationalize this transparency? One answer is standardized reporting on every AI negotiation, a documented trail of what decisions the AI made and why. That's not just for audits, it's for stakeholders who need confidence in the system.
Yeah, and you need ongoing training for anyone touching these negotiations. That includes sales, legal, even compliance. Everyone has to know where the AI's strengths and its blind spots are. It's not just press start and pray.
Feedback loops too. Postmortems, reviewing actual AI-driven decisions with the human team, refine algorithms, and show you're serious about improvement. Over time, this really boosts trust across the board.
The best teams I see ongoing invest in in-depth training. Not just, here's how the AI dashboard works, but real education on capabilities, limits, and how to spot trouble. Simulation drills, practice runs with real AI agents in lower-stakes scenarios, are essential to build comfort and skill.
Yeah, and teams succeed when they've got concrete guidelines and checklists. They know who watches what signal, when to step in, and how to debrief the AI deals versus human-led deals. It's a learned collaboration, not just a black box solution.
That structure is everything. Otherwise, teams just revert to manual, or worse, ignore the AI's advice.
And let's not forget, some negotiation scenarios are way more complex. Multiple stakeholders, conflicting goals. The AI needs to model those interdependencies. We've seen phased approaches work. Deploy AI first in low-stakes deals, learn, adjust, and then expand to more critical negotiations.
Yes, and the only way to refine those models is by building in constant feedback. Loop in both sales and legal, monitor what's happening, and iterate. No set-it-and-forget-it possible here.
Gotta have those cross-functional teams. I've seen marketing, product, and sales all reviewing AI outputs together, catching the missed signals faster. In time, that builds a more accurate AI process for those high-stakes scenarios.
So back on the training. What really works is combining the technical know-how with real-world simulations. Give teams exposure to controlled AI negotiation scenarios, then debrief and adjust. That way, you're not learning on high-value deals you can't afford to lose.
Yeah, and it's got to be actionable. Checklists, guidelines, escalation protocols. Teams need to know exactly when and how to step in, not just watch the dashboard. That's what makes the difference in crunch time.
Once you get the basics, the focus shifts to scaling. That means making frameworks that you can reuse, modular AI pieces that slot into specific industries, or even just between small and large deals. Pilot programs are the best way. Run contained experiments, collect feedback, refine, and only then roll out widely.
Modularity is key. Each business needs something a little different. If your AI can't adapt easily to your industry nuance or escalation flow, adoption stays low. The pilot-first mindset avoids wide-scale flops.
And as the data stacks up, you've got to feed it into business strategy. That means, is the AI impacting product market fit, pricing, market entry decisions? All of it. Set reviews, bring the whole leadership team in, and look at the data through a strategic lens, not just operational.
Exactly. Connect AI negotiation metrics to actual business KPIs, revenue, customer growth, churn rates. These meetings shouldn't just be a data dump. They're where you decide if you need to change product, offer, or target profile based on what the AI is surfacing.
Cross-team review makes those insights actionable. It's not just for sales ops to analyze in a silo. This is where feedback becomes a weapon. Human negotiators must review outcomes, find what worked, what failed, feed that data right into machine learning updates so the AI adapts. But build regular validation in, or you risk drift and miss shifts in buyer behavior.
Yep, it's a rolling process, not quarterly, not annually. The best teams iterate constantly, validating real-world AI performance against current market reality.
And don't sleep on post-negotiation analysis. Set up automated data extraction so you know exactly what moved the needle, what set off alarms, which deals worked, and why. Then, run post-deal conversations between AI and human teams to fine-tune every negotiation round going forward.
Analytics dashboards can basically show deal speed, win rate, friction points. If the team treats post-deal reviews seriously, you keep getting sharper instead of just repeating the same mistakes.
It all circles back to systematic review, using negotiation results to guide major product and go-to-market decisions. The findings aren't theoretical. They drive actual pivots in pricing or even which verticals you double down on.
Keep your metrics clear. Tie AI negotiation performance to customer satisfaction and ultimately to business growth. Otherwise, the AI just becomes another data generator that nobody listens to.
These review sessions, if you make them cross-functional, really help teams see the bigger picture, not just the outcome of the last deal.
Shift to adaptive models. Use A/B frameworks. Run 2 AI negotiation approaches side by side, spot which one lands better results, and never ignore human feedback. It's how you keep the model grounded in reality instead of hypothetical scenarios.
Adaptive strategies only stick if you create designated feedback loops. People have to review and feed input consistently. Otherwise, you'll never catch edge cases where the AI underperforms or strays ethically.
And real validation is crucial. Don't just trust that the model says X. Test, retest, and make sure you're still in alignment with business and ethical standards every single cycle.
Again, building on what we discussed before, those insights can't sit in a spreadsheet. Set up reviews, bridging sales, marketing, even product, so adjustments span the whole go-to-market engine, not just the sales slide deck.
Establish KPIs that connect the dots. Negotiation outcomes to contract renewals, average deal size, lifetime value.
And make it routine so the business learns in real time what's actually working in the field.
Let's dig into the future for a bit. The win is going to be leveraging what humans do best: judgment, strategic reasoning, and what AI does best: speed, pattern recognition, consistent logic. Together, they close really tough deals faster and smarter.
Right, Brenda. The key skills for human teams become oversight, meaning-making, and interpretation. It's a partnership model. Humans steer on strategy, the AI executes at tactical scale.
That also means building user interfaces that let negotiators intervene, but also visualize in real time the AI's decision process. No one should feel boxed out of their own deals.
On that, Benny here, I want to harp on hybrid models for a moment. Humans focus on the high-level chess moves. Let the AI crunch through tactical back and forth. The trick is training people to manage the interface, not just read the outcome, but interpret and guide as needed. Override functions, real-time data viz, these aren't bells and whistles. They're required table stakes in this new game.
Absolutely. Training modules need to teach negotiation teams to flex those muscle memories, interpret AI outputs, step in when required, add context. That way, they avoid blind acceptance and keep strategic intent front and center.
Looking ahead, we'll see more industry-specific AI models. If you're negotiating SaaS, your framework's not the same as, say, industrial machinery. Modular design's a must, so teams can swap out strategies and parameters depending on deal or market type. Pilot programs let you stress test these in real negotiations before rolling out company-wide.
And this customization keeps the AI relevant and trusted. Otherwise, teams will revert to generic, less effective playbooks.
Measurement is where the rubber meets the road. Establishing the right KPIs, not just deal speed, but outcome quality, fairness, and customer satisfaction, is essential. Dashboards give real transparency, but regular retrospective sessions make or break ongoing improvement in your AI negotiation stack.
Human review of AI logs illuminates patterns, exposes edge cases, and helps iterate for better performance. It's how your AI evolves and stays aligned.
I keep coming back to modularity and flexibility. Build industry-specific frameworks, then test them in real life. The key is to keep adjustment cycles tight so your AI doesn't just fit the business on paper, but wins you deals in the wild, changing market.
And before any broad rollout, real pilot programs let you see if strategy lines up with field reality. Collect the feedback, dial it in, then scale for real results.
Let's talk guardrails. You need comprehensive ethical and legal policies, what AI can and can't do. Transparent reporting systems, periodic audits, those are necessary. But also, ongoing team training so legal and compliance know how to spot risks and challenge the AI where necessary. Governance isn't a buzzword here. It's protection for the brand and customers alike.
Yeah, it's about building trust, not just with buyers, but inside the organization. If you aren't monitoring and updating those policies, you miss the early warnings that save you from bigger issues down the line.
What's new is how much data you can harvest from every negotiation cycle. Analytics platforms now help you spot micro patterns that lead to more successful closes. Predictive models let you adjust tactics on the fly. Give negotiators real-time dashboards and let them pivot in the middle of a deal if the AI's performance flags an issue.
Right. But, as always, remember to focus these analytics on outcomes that matter. Speed, sure, but also quality and fairness. Adjust in real time, but always circle back to validate that your changes drove actual results.
Negotiators need new skills, interpreting AI, managing real-time collaboration, and feeding back insights. Scenario-based training, constant feedback, and real-world drills get negotiation teams out of observer mode and into active partnership, able to spot when AI is off or when to trust its insight.
No one should feel like they're just rubber stamping what AI delivers. Strategic decision-making is still a human advantage, even as the AI takes over more of the grunt work.
At the end of the day, you want the whole business aligned on what's actually working. Regular review sessions, clear KPIs connecting negotiation outcomes to revenue and retention, and cross-team input make AI insights much more actionable for actual go-to-market pivots.
When you sit down with sales, marketing, and product together, you can spot the opportunities you might have otherwise missed, or dodge avoidable mistakes you'd never see solo.
Governance matters more every year. Define what AI can and can't do, build audit trails, update protocols often. Oversight committees, that's not overkill. It helps catch issues early and maintain trust with buyers and the public. Responsible AI means proactive, not reactive, monitoring.
Cross-disciplinary teams work because they draw from diverse perspectives to refine policies as the AI and the deals themselves evolve.
It's a rinse and repeat. Review, update, test. Let humans surface the weird edge cases and feed that data right back into machine learning pipelines. Scheduled validations keep models sharp and business aligned. Don't let process drift creep in.
Exactly, Brian. Structured learning is how negotiation models keep pace with changing deals and evolving buyer expectations.
Ethical frameworks here aren't fluff. They're the foundation. Fairness, transparency, clear accountability, and regular reviews to check for drift or bias. Train your whole sales, legal, compliance team. No one can afford to sit out on responsible AI now.
If you skip this step, you lose trust fast. Ethics by design needs to be everyone's job, not just an IT problem.
So, wrap it up. Define the principles: fairness, transparency, accountability. Audit the negotiation results routinely and do active training with negotiation and compliance teams so everyone's on the same page when it comes to ethical decision-making in the moment.
That brings us to the end of this episode. We covered a lot, from bots battling it out in real time, to why humans still matter, to how trust and ethics shape the future of AI-driven negotiations. Big thanks, as always, to Daniel, Brian, and Benny for making all those technical nuances so real and practical.
Thanks, Brenda. Always good to dig into real-world stories together. See you all next time.
Was a pleasure, everyone. And remember, iterate, review, and never let the bots run wild. Till next time.
Thanks all. Looking forward to our next deep dive. Goodbye for now.
Thanks for tuning in to Match B2B Insights. We'll be back with more pain-driven strategies, stories, and market insights. See you next episode.